You know, before I bought this, I was kind of like, really? It's that expensive? What the hell am I doing? Howdy everybody, welcome back to Coffees, Guitars and Tones. Grab yourselves a brew and let's hang for a bit. I have my Star Wars mug today. Yeah. Dan, 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 dan. Firstly, thank you so much to everybody who commented and told me why in America coffee is referred to as Joe. Thank you so much for the answers. They were intriguing to read, to be honest, and I really enjoyed that. So you guys totally rock. Everybody who commented and told me, there were various answers. And yeah, it was just really interesting. Hey, listen, what's your favorite coffee? Let me know in the comments. Milk and sugar, black, espresso, frozen frappuccino, mocha with caramel shot. I don't know. Let me know. I have to drink decaf. I'll be totally honest with you. Medical condition happens when you get to my age. I can't have caffeine anymore. But anyways, I do enjoy my decaf coffee. And yeah, I have my Star Wars mug, my oversized Star Wars mug today. I had a really interesting question actually after the last video. Somebody said, is there really coffee in that cup? Let me check. Yep, coffee in the cup. All right, let's get to it. This week has been NAMM 2026. Yeah! And yeah, I'm not there. Because I'm in my studio with, hey, look, how could I leave this and go to America and hang out there? Well, I could have, but you know what? I have a new guitar set. You might have seen the unboxing of this lovely, lovely beauty. Anyways, we'll get onto that in a second. But NAMM, there were a couple of things which actually caught my eye. There's obviously, you know, just lots of guitars and stuff and new models and new colors and yada, 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 etc., etc. The Sterling Luke with the HSS configuration, that caught my eye. That really did catch my eye. Caught my eye? That really did caught my eye. Yeah, English is my first language. Anyways, that really caught my eye. I actually have a Luke on order, a purple sparkle. You might have seen that in one of my videos that I mentioned it. But that has been on order since last March, and it's supposed to arrive in March this year. So that caught my eye that they are doing a new model, and it was like, wow, new Luke. I'm still waiting for the other one. So don't order that one right now. Just don't do it until it's in stock somewhere. And then maybe. I love that guitar. I love my Luke, which is up there. You might be able to see it somewhere. Where is it? There you go. Yep. Great guitar. I actually play that so much. When I'm teaching in the studio, when I'm teaching my students, that's the first one I grab. When I play live, it's the first one. I didn't expect it to be so kind of like comfortable to play and stuff, and so versatile as well. Wonderful guitar. That caught my eye. The thing that really, really caught my eye though were the load box, or is it a load box? It's actually a power amp by Friedman, and it's called the IR Load. That really caught my eye, as well as the Wampler pedal head. Both of those use a new technology. It's basically machine learning. It sends a signal to your cab and then basically learns the response curve. It sends an electrical impulse to it, and then it kind of feeds back, and then it feels more like a real amp when you play through it and stuff. And I got thinking that would be an incredibly good solution for something like a modeler, because at the moment we rely on FR cabs, and some of them sound great. Some of them, you know, I've heard from people that they sound okay, but not, you know, fantastic and stuff. So it's a little bit of a lottery as to how it's going to sound, and you need to set it up for that so that it actually sounds good through an FR. I play through a similar setup in the studio, so I kind of know how to dial it in, because I basically go from my modelers into my Mac, and then it goes through my interface into my studio monitors. FR speakers are essentially the same thing. You're basically just feeding a signal into a full range speaker. So having the ability to actually have a power amp between, let's say, a Fractal, because I like my Fractal stuff, and a real speaker cab, Now that's an intriguing possibility, especially the pedal head, the Wampler pedal head. That really caught my eye. I would absolutely love to try both of them. So emails have been sent. Fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed for me, because I know you guys want to see it as well, right? The next thing that caught my eye was the EVH high gain pedal. I was like, what? Love that it's just all red. It looks very, very cool. And initially it was like, I need one of these. And then it was like, hold on a second. This kind of looks like a pedal which I've seen before. It looks very much like the 5150 distortion pedal, which has been around for a while. You know, has a gate on it, has the other control on the other side, which I can't remember off the top of my head what that is. Yep. My old man brain is kind of failing me right now. But anyways, it looks very, very similar. So it got me thinking, maybe it is just a rebranded 5150 pedal, which has been tweaked a little bit for the modern age. Maybe they made it a 5153 type of sound rather than the OG 5150 sound, which the original pedal was based on. Look, I love, love, love my Van Halen stuff and my Van Halen pedals. Right up here, I'll show you some B-roll. There are plenty of them there. Yeah, I actually got, let me show you. Yep, I got to be careful. I actually got this not too long ago. Yeah, about a week and a half ago. This is the EVH wah. This is really heavy. I'm going to call it the brick. Yeah, the wah brick. Fantastic sounding pedal. I really like the way the EVH pedals sound, because Eddie knew how to dial in sound. His ears were just incredibly good, and everything is fine-tuned to absolute perfection. Well, you know, if you want that sound, then it's perfection. For me, it's all perfection. This one, all of my other ones, I actually have the phaser here. I've got 3 of these. Yeah, there are 3 different models of this. This is the OG one. This is the original one which was released, which actually has a heavy chassis on it. Then I have number 2, which looks the same, but it's actually lighter. This is a lot lighter. They actually changed the chassis on this. Yeah, and then you have number 3, if I can grab it. And this doesn't have stripes on the side. This is the modern one. My wife bought this for me as a Christmas present in 2024, actually, and I absolutely adore this pedal. This is very special to me because she bought it for me, you know. But anyways, no stripes on the side. So this is version 3. So I have 3 of those. And then the MXR flanger. Yeah, the EVH flanger. And one more. Yeah, because we like seeing pedals on this channel, right? Yeah, the chorus pedal, which is actually kind of a micro pitch kind of thing. Because when you plug this in stereo, it does that whole eventide micro pitch thing, which is a kind of chorusy effect anyways. So have that. Also have the Boss SDE 3000 EVH. That's a fantastic pedal. Really love it. Anyways, you get the idea. I really like my EVH pedals, so maybe it's on the I think I'll try it out first before just going and buying it. Talking about pedals, I want to show you something. Yeah, this is a Phase 90. I don't know what you're probably thinking initially. Yeah, so what? It's a Phase 90. It's an MXR Phase 90. It's a script logo. It's a bit beat up. No. This is an OG. This is from the 1970s. Yeah, I splashed out a little bit. And, you know, before I bought this, I was kind of like, really? It's that expensive? What the hell am I doing? Why am I even considering this? But it had been reduced in price. And I am so glad I got this. This is the Van Halen sound. It sounds different from my others. You've seen I have 3 of the other pedals. I have the 3 MXR EVH pedals. And this sounds different from them. There's a mojo about this. There's some mojo magic going on in here. I reckon there's some kind of wizard actually built into this little pedal, and he's working his magic every time you play guitar through it. There is no LED on this. There is no kind of, you know, power in or anything. You have to run it on a battery. This is a proper 70s pedal. And yeah, it cost me a little bit, but I'm really glad I got it, because you know what? I love my Van Halen stuff. And talking about Van Halen stuff, new show coming on Tuesday, which is called Decoding EVH. Yeah! So I've wanted to do this for a while. I've wanted to do some Van Halen explorations. But before I tell you about it, sip of coffee. Yeah, sip of real coffee. Look, there is coffee in there. You can just about see it, yeah? For that one person who kind of like asked. I just wanted to show you. I take milk and sugar, by the way. That's good. Alrighty. So that show is going to be some explorations and experimentations on the Van Halen sound. So it's not about actually getting the exact tone from an album, but it's trying to find out where the tone actually came from. So tune in on Tuesday for the first episode, because you're not going to want to miss it. It is a really, really cool one. Talking about vintage gear, yeah. Check it out. Yeah. My pointy guitar from 1987. I cannot believe this is from 1987. This is my Tokai Superstrat. And I got it from Guitarzilla. Thank you so much, George. The condition of this is just incredibly cool, dude. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And go and check them out. Go and check out the store, because they have a lot of Japanese stuff. And it's really cool to see the stock that they have. It's very tempting to buy a lot of that stock as well. There are like 5 or 6 guitars on there, which, yeah, I could probably pull the trigger on right now. But I'm waiting for something special. So anyways, this was a great purchase. The reason I can't believe this is from 1987 is look at the condition. Look at how, like, you know, crystal clear white it is. Cannot believe how bright the paint is. There are some very, very minor kind of like dings just behind the bridge. But that's just from probably changing out the strings on the Floyd and it going backwards or something like that. And there's one just here as well. But apart from that, such beautiful condition. The neck on this is amazing. The pickup sounds like nothing I have. And this is the thing about vintage. I know people talk about like vintage gear like it's some kind of holy grail thing. Then you play vintage gear and you're like, holy crap, it is the holy grail. You know, there's a vibe about it. There's a tone about it. And this plus, you know, the MXR, honestly, I've got a lot of gear. I've gone through a lot of gear over the years. You know, this isn't an overnight thing for me. I've been playing for the best part of 40 years now. So during that period of time, I've acquired gear, I've collected gear, etc., etc. It's been a long-term thing, and an expensive one at that as well. But anyways, it's all in the name of like music, right? You play through these things and you just hear how it is a little bit different. And sometimes it works for people. Sometimes people prefer the modern stuff. Some people actually prefer modelers to tube amps. It's not right or wrong. It's just a different preference, right? But anyways, vintage gear, it is becoming kind of something I am looking at. And that's a slightly dangerous territory to be in, because can get very, very, very expensive very, very, very quickly. But I'm going to stick with just these bits and pieces which, you know, I can get at the moment, like this Tokai, which was about £500, this one, which was not too much money. And I'm so glad I got it, because honestly, this definitely hangs with all of my guitars, my older stuff, my newer stuff. This just hangs. It's great. It's really cool. And it's pointy, which I haven't done on my channel for a long time or before. I've never had a headstock like this on my channel previously. So, you know, the pointiest I had was my Rant guitar. I have a Rant V guitar, which my friend Dan, hey Dan, he'd previously given me. So that's the pointiest I have had with guitars so far. But lovely, lovely addition to the collection. I had a really interesting question on one of my videos about where I store all of my guitars. It was actually the video of the unboxing of this. And I actually store them mainly in here. And you can see a lot of them on the walls, this side and that side. Behind the camera as well, there's another wall which actually has hangers up on the wall as well, and I keep the guitars in here. They're tucked away in corners. You know, my headless guitar is just down there next to an amplifier. I have another one tucked away next to other amps, and there are a few which are in other places in the house. My 2 PRS guitars, my custom 24s, are actually in the cases because they're really expensive and I don't want to ding them. I would just it would drive me nuts if I dinged those. So they live in the cases and then come out to play when I want to. Plus my USA PRS CE guitar is in my living room as well. And then I have a couple in my overshoot room, because there's a limited amount of space in here. But yeah, there are, I think, about 4 or 5 guitars in there. And then a couple are actually cased up, just guitars that I don't use anymore. That's only 3 guitars which are cased up at the moment and in storage. So that's where I keep them. And guys, listen, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, because you know what? The more you feedback to me, the better this show gets, because hey, I can interact with you guys and answer your questions as well. All right, final point. I have a bone to pick, right? What's with like eBay sellers ghosting people? I've had this 2 times in the last month. There are 2 guitars which I have wanted to buy, and it's literally, hey, dude, I want to give you money for your stuff, and I would like to buy it. I would like to come and collect it. And nothing. Literally just nothing. I have been ghosted. It's like, what? So just curious if you guys have experienced it. And I guess it's a thing. A few people have told me that it is a thing these days. But, I just find it a little bit weird because, hey, you know what? I want to go to somebody and say, here's some cash. Yeah, thank you for the guitar. Because I need more guitars, don't I? Like a hole in the head, yeah. But anyways, that is everything for this week. I really appreciate you guys hanging with me. Like I said, leave a comment below and let's interact on something. Tell me about your favorite coffee and your favorite coffee mug as well. I have my Star Wars mug today. Yeah. Alrighty, folks, have a fantastic Sunday. Enjoy your coffees. Have a piece of cake with it as well. I might go and do that right now. It's the weekend. Yeah, I'm allowed. Tomorrow I'm not. I'm back on proper eating. Make sure that you tune in for Decoding EVH on Tuesday. There will be another video coming out on Thursday as well, which is going to be awesome. But in the meantime, have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.